Recording in progress.
Bonjour Laurent.
Bonjour.
Merci de prendre le temps. I understand we have questions in the room from Jonah from Canadian Press.
That's me. We're ready?
Yes.
Coach, obviously a disappointing result. What did you see from your group between the first half and the second half?
Oh, in both halves, what we clearly saw was the capacity for our guys to execute the ideas that we thought were going to put us on the right track, and also defensively the behaviors that we know are going to cause us a lot of trouble. This way of defending, and it confirmed that some players struggle to execute. But clear idea on the wise.
What did you say to the team during halftime? It seemed like they came out with a lot more energy and a lot more push in the second half there.
Yeah, a little bit of disappointment to wait to be punched to react, and so on ball there's clear actions that we thought were from before the game and right away on the field were going to put us in a good position, and we hesitate to execute. And the second that we did, we positioned ourselves in a good position. Just frustrated with the guys to wait either to react or wait the second half, but it should be like this from minute one.
This isn't the way you wanted to start the season. What have you seen in terms of growth of your team, and do you have areas of concern as you move forward here?
Areas of concerns, yes, because I feel there's particular positions and players that struggle to make adjustments in their individual defending and mentality. But really satisfied in a way that we know that when we're on the same page, what we try to do on the ball works, as long as we composed, decided, and not hesitant.
Thank you. We'll be taking questions from the Zoom here. 91.9 Sport, c'est vous.
Bonsoir Laurent.
Bonsoir.
Je peux peut-être un peu répéter ce qu'on t'a demandé en anglais. C'est quoi ton analyse globale de la performance collective de tes joueurs ce soir, et ce qui te rassure, c'est quoi dans tes motifs de satisfaction, mais aussi ce qui t'inquiète dans ce qu'ils ont pu produire. Si tu pouvais un peu justement nous guider dans ton analyse générale de ce match. Merci.
Ce qui me satisfait et me frustre, c'est qu'on a des intentions et des on va dire des reconnaissances de jeu et de tactique qui nous permettent de nous mettre dans des bonnes positions, et quand on est sur la même page et sans hésitation, on peut être intéressant. Après, je déplore qu'on souvent on réagisse alors qu'on peut le faire depuis la première minute ou sans attendre qu'il se passe qu'on leur rappelle. Voilà. Mais donc collectivement, on sait de quoi on est capable. C'est un peu frustrant des fois de pas le faire de tout le match et que par à coup et attendre d'être mené au score. Mais on est confiant que il y a des bonnes choses qui vont se passer. L'inquiétude, c'est qu'il y a on concède sur une phase de jeu arrêtée, mais c'est qu'il y a quelques joueurs, encore une fois, qui ont du mal à apporter de l'intensité défensive on l'a vu pour traquer des one-twos, pour presse et pour revenir, pour suivre le joueur dont tu étais le responsable. Beaucoup d'hésitations individuelles sur certaines positions. Donc ça, c'est inquiétant parce que ça fait un moment qu'on l'adresse et qu'on espère des réactions, et c'est compliqué.
Jean-François Théotonneau, la presse.
Bonjour Laurent.
Bonjour.
Donc oui, il y a des blessés dans l'équipe, des joueurs importants qui sont blessés, mais comment vous expliquez quand même les difficultés qu'a votre équipe à se projeter vers l'avant, à se créer des occasions?
Il y a un peu d'hésitation dans je sais pas si c'était un petit peu l'environnement ou le voyagement, etc. Mais il y a un peu d'hésitation à faire comme on voulait, à tirer les deux premières lignes de Vancouver et de jouer à travers elles. Et par à coup, on le fait exactement comme on s'était dit qu'on le ferait et on arrive à créer des décalages. Et puis après, c'est un petit peu d'instinct de tueur pour essayer de faire un centre un peu plus dangereux ou un shoot qui soit un petit peu plus dangereux également. Mais non, on sait comment créer les décalages. On a hésité à les répéter et on sait que depuis la première minute, il faut y aller. Il ne faut pas hésiter.
Jean-François Morancy.
Tu parlais, Laurent, d'hésitation individuelle dans les duels au sol ce soir. C'est 60-40 à l'avantage de Vancouver. Est-ce que c'est cette hésitation-là que tu veux adresser, là, qui explique un peu le résultat de ce soir?
Ouais, clairement. Il y a eu des hésitations sur à quel point être près du receveur. Et tout en étant capable de le suivre dès qu'il lâche le ballon. Donc un petit peu de retard. Après ça fait beaucoup de courses et après la fatigue s'accumule. Mais oui, voilà. Il y a une façon de moins courir et c'est d'être un peu plus intense dans le moment donné. Et sur ça, il y a malheureusement si c'est un ou deux joueurs et après c'est toute l'équipe qui est en retard. Donc on se cachait un petit peu avec la zone l'année dernière pour protéger certains profils. Et là, cette année, quand tu hésites, ça expose directement toute l'équipe. Donc, ça crée des différences énormes. Donc, il faut être conscient de cela et on va essayer d'être au plus près des profils qui nous permettent qui nous permettent de répéter ce modèle de jeu le plus proche possible.
We're going to flip back to English. John Still, TSN 690.
Hi, Laurent. Thanks for doing this.
You're welcome.
Just looking at never mind the game against Minnesota because I think that's, the conditions were difficult, but the first two games against Atlanta and tonight, why do you think it took 35, 40 minutes for your team to really start playing this evening? It felt like they were kind of on the back foot through the first 30 minutes to 40 minutes of that match.
Yeah, clearly some hesitations, and this is the one thing that we make sure in training, in our talks, in our meetings to be confident and resilient and be sure to produce. Is we step on the field to play a certain way, and the second we hesitate, it's going to be an issue. We're not the most athletical team, so the second we don't play the type of soccer we agree on of producing, not only it's not what I want as identity, also we're going to be in trouble. So we need to be sure from minute one and not waiting to be scored on or that we repeat the same thing at halftime, basically. But so can we do it from minute one with a dominant posture is the challenge for my group for now.
Two last ones for you, Laurent. First, Elias Gregoriadis.
Thank you, Tristan. Hi, Laurent.
Hi.
I want to ask you about Alexander, who got his first start tonight. I want to know what you thought about maybe his defensive side of the ball, and so much so that, we ended up trusting him to go onto his weak side after Tom came off. Just maybe your general thoughts about how he handled the switch as well.
Impressive start for 17 years old. Tracking his 1-2s, making runs on behind, try to take players on one-on-one, recovering and not getting caught on his back. He's the best player in that position for now. Is the reality.
Et une dernière pour toi en français avec Jean-François Théotel.
Bonjour Laurent.
Bonjour.
vous allez rencontrer les partisans lundi soir dans des circonstances qui sont présentement pas faciles pour l'équipe. Quel message aimeriez-vous leur lancer peut-être avant l'événement de lancement de la saison lundi soir à Montréal?
C'est normal et c'est pas les débuts qu'on voulait, mais moi, on a fait un tout autre camp. On a toutes d'autres ambitions cette année. Je leur demande d'être patients parce que c'est un groupe qui a travaillé très dur et qui a fait voir d'énormes choses. Aujourd'hui, il y a des manques individuels à des postes clés qui nous mettent en difficulté. Mais collectivement, en termes d'identité, de profil, il y aura de très beaux jours cette année. Je le promets. Et il faut juste être patient et donner du temps à ce groupe. Voilà.
Un gros merci, Laurent. Bonne fin de soirée.
Merci.
It was right away. Hi, Caden.
Hello.
Sorry, I muted you for a second. Please make sure that we have this mic. All right. Do you have questions from the room?
No.
Nope.
No? Okay, we're going to go straight to Jean-François Théotonio, La Presse.
Hi, Caden. Thanks for taking the time tonight. We know the style of play this team wants to play. We haven't seen much of it since the start of the season. Is there a way to explain this, or is this just a case of being on the road all the time, or is there something more to in the style of the team that plays right now?
Yeah, I think the last 20 minutes you see there, like, you don't throw away your foundation or your rules, but you just try to play. You try to play to get something, to get chances, to do anything. So sometimes people will find themselves in different areas than expected, but at this point we have to be more free-flowing. I think we're too staggered sometimes, and it has to come from the players to understand where to be and when to be at that space. And being on the road shouldn't be an excuse. Half your season's on the road, so that you can't have half your games you're not playing your style. So we have to figure out a formula and a way to push forward. And look, we created chances in the last, or we created a couple really big chances in the last 20 minutes, and there was a couple in the first 70 minutes. So we just gotta be better and finish those off and tidy up defensively.
Next question, Sid Fogg on APM Sports.
Hi, Caden. Thank you for doing this. How are you physically? You didn't train with the group most of the time this week, and how are you feeling physically? And also, can you about the free-flowing mentality that you just stated? What prevents you to play this style of play?
Physically, I feel great. Minor issue in the week, coming back from Minnesota, but no, I'm good to go, 100%, healthy, and just the free flowing. I think we can't be robots out there. We have to take risks. We have to take chances. We can't just collect and pass every time and react to situations. We have to dictate situations and dictate areas and control our own game. I think a lot of the times we're reacting to what picture we see or where the offenders are, and we're trying to get a play out of there versus being set up in the right way and being effective with it.
Last Gregoriadis.
Thanks, Tristan. Hi, Caden. Game like this seemed, at least on paper, very similar to a game like Atlanta that was supposed to be very open. What do you guys think you have to do to maybe control some of that chaos that comes with the game naturally just being that open?
Know your moments when to go fast, and know your moments when to set up your attack in the opponent's half. And when games are really tight and there's no space, okay, we have to figure out something else. I think this is a whole effort, group effort. It's not just the coaching staff; it's us players as well that has to be creative, and we have to be open to new ideas and learning that style, learning a different style of play in certain situations. Because of course, not every game can be the way you want it, but I think you can control some variables inside of that to make a difference, and that's what makes the really good teams special.
And we have a follow-up question from Jean-François Théotonio.
Caden, you will meet the fans on Monday night. For you, it's going to be first experience to have this kind of event. The circumstances of the team right now are not easy, the start of the season. What will be your message at this point before the upcoming event to the fans?
Yeah, I think my message will be, life can change pretty quick, and situations can turn around pretty quickly. And I know I bring this up sometimes, but last year, the first 2 games I joined weren't the brightest and weren't the best. And I think, of course, being on the road is not easy at the beginning of the season, and training and Mary Vic and all these factors can come into play. But at the end of the day, we're not going to give up, and we're going to get a result here soon, and we're going to go on a streak sometime in the season, and it's going to be a big one. And just please be patient, and we'll give you guys the love back that you guys give us.
Any last questions here for Caden tonight? Nope. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Joel, another goal today conceded on a set piece. This has been a team to start the season. What needs to change there to not concede those goals?
I think just not giving them up in the first place. I think, if I remember correctly, I think we could have put it for a throw-in, but those small little details come back to bite us. And I think we had like 3 chances to clear it, and we didn't do that. So.
Sorry about that.
And just not giving them opportunities in the first place. But when we do, making sure that we deal with it properly and we're men about it and we clear the ball, and we do small things like that. So those are inexcusable things within our game right now that need to be changed. We can't wait for those things to change. So like I said, I say, a lot of times it comes down to mentality and making sure that, we defend those properly. So,
John Still, TSN 690.
Hi, Joel. Thanks for doing this. I'm going to ask you kind of a similar question. I asked Laurent earlier just, why it takes 35, 40 minutes early in the season for you guys to really kind of get going and start playing. And he spoke about, hesitation, that there's some hesitation for you guys early on there. What do you think that's born out of? Is that confidence? Is that a lack of form early in the season? Like, was there any tinkering to what you guys were doing compared to last year? Like, why do you feel that there's this hesitation early on in games from you early on this year?
No, I think it's the commitment. Like you said, I think it's, the same tactical setup. Obviously depends on who we play and how we set up defensively in that nature, but our game needs to stay the same no matter where we are. Football is the same. It's 11v11 no matter if we're in Vancouver, Minnesota, Atlanta. Coach wants us to play our type of football because we have the players to do so. And I think we're hesitating right now. There's maybe a little bit of lack of confidence in terms of just the way where certain individuals may be playing, and just as a team we might be playing as well. And I think, like Coach said, it comes down to that commitment. I think hesitation just a little bit within our game, which, it's a tough pill to swallow, but I think we just need to commit. I think we're just, in a type of place right now where we're just hesitating on the ball and what we want to do, and maybe those spaces aren't opening up the way we want to. And so, like I said, I think it's just about commitment and just making sure that we're playing with the utmost confidence that we know we can, because every guy in that locker room deserves to play, and every guy in that locker room has the confidence to do what we want to do and execute what we want to do. So, we're going to work this week another week again, and go into DC and just hopefully be on the front foot mentality and make sure that we play the game we want to play.
Elias Gregoriadis.
Thanks for some. Hi, Joel. You had a center back next to you that you hadn't played with yet. You had Alex on the right that you hadn't played with yet as a starter, at least. You had Fabian, who as a double pivot you hadn't played with yet. Do you think maybe some of that had to do with a lack of familiarity? And how much can you really make up for not getting actual competitive game minutes with someone before kind of getting thrown in the same lineup with them?
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I think, I would never use that as an excuse. I'm not that type of person. And, it's making sure, I think I said this last week, making sure we get as many guys on the same page as possible, and making sure they know how we want to set up tactically and how we want to play. And obviously that stuff takes time. We've had a couple different guys in and out of the lineup the first 3 games. Obviously, injuries and things of that nature come into play, and it's never easy. But you know, if we can get guys on the same page as quickly as possible, I think that's better, just to build the squad into knowing exactly what we need to do when they come on the pitch. So yeah, I think that plays a little part in it, but obviously it doesn't make up the whole thing. So you know, we just move on and we learn from our mistakes again tonight, and you know, we try and right the ship against DC.
We've got a question from the room.
Hi, it's Har with Daily Hive. I was wondering how many family and friends you had in attendance for the game today, and how special was it for you?
Yeah, I had quite a lot. Yeah, it's always amazing. It's a blessing to be able to play in front of my family. You know, there's a lot of car rides they had to endure. There's a lot of places they had to drive me to get to where I'm at today. And, you know, I just try to put in a good performance for them and just make sure, obviously, to get a win. But sometimes it doesn't go our way. But it's super special to have them in the building and to kind of witness kind of everything they've been a part of. You know, ever since I was, you know, a 5-year-old kid kicking the ball around. So I hope I made them proud, and I hope they enjoyed the game.
When you're on a big road trip like this, you're going to Montreal to other cities in the West. How do you overcome that and get momentum? Because it's still a bit of a while before you're back in Montreal.
Yeah, it takes one game. It takes one game, a good result, and then you can, you know, take the momentum the other way. So we got to find a way. You know, as the players, it's on us right now, and just executing the game plan properly, and you know, making sure we do our due diligence and execute the way we want to execute and the way we want to play. Like I said, football is football. We have a certain style of play that no matter what field we go to, no matter what stadium, we want to play our way. So yeah, like I said, it only takes one game to get in the win column and the momentum to go the other way.
And we're going to end this presser with a follow-up from Jean-François Théotonian.
Joel, you'll meet the fans on Monday night, the launch of the season in Montreal. Circumstances right now with the team are not easy, but what will be your message at this point for the fans before this upcoming event?
That's a good question. Obviously, we wish we had some better results for them to celebrate. You know, they're the best fans in the league who deserve a lot better, and we're really trying to give that to them, and to not lose hope on us. There's a lot of good within this club, within this team, and we're trying to do the right things, and we're trying to execute. And obviously, the results just aren't going away right now. So just for them to stick with us, and I know they will. They've been through good and bad times with us ever since I've been here. So you know, it's a celebration for them. It's a celebration for them on Monday night, and making sure that, yeah, we all just celebrate this club together, and they're a big part in us, you know, getting back on the right track. Obviously, we don't get to see them for another 5 games, but, you know, we're going to keep working every week to try and make them happy, and we know they're behind us, supporting us. So, yeah, should be fun.
Thank you very much for joining us, Joel.
Thanks, guys.